Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to create a whole press-on nail design, and every single nail is going to be identical to that nail there. That's my little prototype. I'm going to do the rest of the nails today. So we've got actually a new brand today, so we've got some nails and we also got some Macart. Feels like forever since I've last used Macart actually. I do have quite a few of their gel polishes, but I feel like 2 years ago they stopped selling stuff to the UK. They had like a UK app, maybe even a website, but I used to always buy on their app. And then during like the Christmas period, they started like closing it down, and I think they've now officially got rid of the app. And overall, I feel like Macart have like gone through like a whole rebrand and all sorts of things have gone on with them since. But yeah, basically since then I've not looked at them anymore. It's not very accessible for me to get anymore, which is a real shame. But what I do have is quite nice. So basically I've got this really pretty sparkly green colour, and I've noticed that it's becoming a bit of the trend with these butterfly nails. So it's almost like each nail is its own like butterfly wing. And I noticed that everybody's doing like this shimmery or some sort of, you know, pretty looking background, which is why I decided to pick up a glittery gel polish. So there's that green. Right now, what I've done is applied one layer of gel polish, popped it into the lamp. I applied another layer, I believe, or this could be the first layer, but either or, it's wet currently, and I'm just sprinkling on some clear acrylic on top of it. And this is one of the methods that you can use to ombre. So if you're not very good at applying two colours on a nail and then doing the ombre brush method, this is another method you could follow. Now it's time for the darkish, sparkly bluish. And I'm popping it on the first half of the nail, the top half of the nail. And then using an ombre brush very gently, where I want the kind of blend to start, I'm going to very gently just tap away and drag it down. And that's all you want to do, and then sprinkle on some clear acrylic and repeat this method. So I'll show you guys me doing this on two nails, and then the rest of them I will be doing off camera just because it's very repetitive, of course, today's video. So I thought I'll do two nails so you can see me doing it twice, once on this big thumb and then another time on I think I did the index finger. Yeah, there it is. So again, I'm applying that blue to about halfway up the nail. So where you want most of the blue to be, where you place is where you want to start dragging it down so the blend starts to happen. And you will notice that if you pick colours that are similar to one another, like these two, it's very easy to blend and very quick. But if you pick up two different colours that are completely like different, for example, like green and orange, for example, it's still very of course achievable and you can do it. It just takes a little bit more time and a bit more tapping away. So the thumb is now out of the lamp, and we still of course have that clear acrylic sprinkled on top. Now I'm going in with the final layer, and I'll go ahead and drag that down again. And on this layer I am not applying any more clear acrylic. That's it. It's going to go into the lamp for a cure, and then it'll be ready to start our nail art black patterned butterfly wing. So that's going into the lamp. As you can see, the blend is really good, and I didn't use my regular method. I tried to use something different today, especially when you're working on these smaller nails. Sometimes that back and forth method can be a bit tricky, and this method also creates a really nice blend. Sometimes with the back and forth, you know, side to side swiping can create these brush lines, which you can not do if you're really good with your brush, but it's also quite time consuming, so this method was quite nice to do. So now all the nails are done, and it's time for our black nail art. So I'm just using some regular gel polish. This one's from Nail Nails actually. Just regular gel polish, nothing too crazy. This gel polish is actually quite opaque itself, and although it's black, even if you use it a little bit thicker, it actually cures pretty well under the lamp, and which is quite nice because often you get black gel polishes that don't cure very well. So that's frustrating and start to wrinkle under the lamp, but this one does really good. So that's good. I didn't actually have to do two layers, which is nice. So right now I'm working quite thinly just because I'm trying to sketch out my butterfly little patterns. So this was my first ever time doing a butterfly pattern on any sort of nails. So I'm not the best. It wasn't too great, but I think with them all together you can somewhat see that they're supposed to be butterfly wings. But you can let me know in the comments what you think, if I managed to do it well or if there's still a lot of improvements to do. I will have another video coming out shortly of me using, doing this kind of butterfly trendy pattern right now, but on my long stiletto nails too, and I tried to create like a full-on design with it rather than just keep repeating the same pattern on every nail. That's why I thought these are probably more wearable kind of design, and the other one I just thought, you know, I've got a larger canvas, so I can create something a little bit more maybe cooler. So right now I did my pattern. So the pattern's almost like tear droplets. So you've got 2 big ones, 2 smaller ones at the bottom, and then on the side you do these like half ones, and then you want to go all around with some black. So a little pointer for myself, and if you can if you are recreating, to leave as little space in between each droplet as possible, just because I've noticed that I might have just maybe left too much space, which meant I had to obviously cover it with black. And now when I started looking at more inspo and more ideas on how to do these butterfly wings, it looks like there isn't usually that much black. It's more like bigger droplets. So I hope that helps in some way. I still feel like the way mine came out are fine, especially when you start adding the dots, the little white dots, which we would add later on in the video. It will actually start looking more like a butterfly, because right now it looks a bit funny, but in a moment it will start making way more sense in a moment. So that's the fun. As you can see, it's quite time consuming to color it all around. It is quite time consuming, so if you can avoid reapplying the black, I would highly recommend. Highly. So this is now out of the lamp, and I'm using a dot and tool with some white gel polish. I think this one is the Madam Glam nail art gel, just I thought it's a bit more opaque since we've got a black background, so it might be a bit better to use that one. So about halfway down the nail, I'm just doing these dots, and I'm doing 3 next to each other, or just 1 or 2. I'm just kind of scattering a couple of dots here and there, but only on the bottom half of the nail. That's it. That's where you want to cut it off. And that's all we're doing, and we're going to repeat that again on the other nails. So again, I'll show you me repeating this exact pattern on the index finger. Here's me just comparing the 2 thumbs, making sure that I didn't pop the white dots a bit too high. So now I'm doing it on the index finger. So I wanted to again show you this bit just because again the thumb is so much larger and the index and the rest of the fingers are much smaller, so I just wanted to show you how I do it again on the smaller nails. I'm not too sure if it's helpful to see it again on a smaller nail, but just in case. And of course this is gel polish, so if at any point you mess up or anything, just wipe and try again. Trust me guys, before filming this I obviously did my first 5 fingers off camera, and I had to wipe a couple of times because it just wasn't working out and it wasn't looking right. So it happens all the time, every time to me anyways, when I try to do a new design that I've never, or a technique or pattern or something that I've never done before. The amount of wipes, but I feel like everybody goes through that. So, and also the more that you do these, the quicker it gets. So by the time when I was doing the long stiletto ones, it was just going so quickly and easily, and it just, yeah, it was really nice actually. The first start was painful, but the more I did them, the more quicker I got them, which was quite nice. And of course, if you can get your hands on a stamping plate that has this kind of pattern on it, and you do press-ons and stuff like that, oh my goodness, this would be such a nice plate to have, because it would honestly save so much time. And I feel like they're really trendy right now. I'm honestly seeing them everywhere, so I'm sure there'll be people who would want to rock these around. So yeah, here's me just colouring in again all around. In a second I'll pop it into the lamp. I don't think I show you guys the dots anymore, just again it's just bottom half of the nail, and then we'll be able to top coat these. I think we go ahead and do a glossy top coat today, although matte probably would look pretty cool too. If you maybe matte top coated these and applied some glossy white dots on top, that would look really, really cool as well. But here are all 5 fingers done. The pain that they took. Now I'm just applying a glossy top coat on these beauties. So the glossy top coat today is from Nail Nails as well. We've got 2 brands today that we're using. If you're wondering, the tips are from Amazon actually. Those short almond ones, I love them so much. I love wearing that shape and that size. The metal little stand I got there is actually a metal file. Sometimes I'll get questions, so that's a metal file. So rather than just placing, of course, your actual file sticker thing, you just place your little stands, and the stands you can get anywhere. You can get them on Shein, AliExpress, and you probably place you get your nail stuff. They're quite popular, and I think that's most questions I usually get. Especially, yeah, it's always about that metal file. So that's going to go into the lamp. And then here are my final results on my hand. I hope you guys liked them. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I would absolutely love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys.